Previously on Octopath Traveler II, Ochette went to Conning Creek to look for Cataracta, but a strange woman, Alpione, blocked her path. Unfortunately, when she made it to Cataracta's island, she found that someone already killed the guardian beast. Fortunately, Alpione directed Ochette to Cataracta's child, who might be able to help protect Todo Haha. In Winterbloom, Partitio used his merchant experience to figure out a way to make the gramophone popular, causing every tavern in the game to have one. Okay, Father's Root, level 16.
Father told me, when you have finished your job, come and join me in Winterbloom. He failed to give me any other details, but he never does. I believe the snakes have a stronghold on the outskirts. He'll be there. I'm sure of it. I should learn more about this job and wait for an opening. And once I find it, I will kill Father.
Now to find that tavern. Father has set a trap for me there, without a doubt. I've known him for a long time. I can't imagine he'd pass up the opportunity. Are you ready, Osvald? You're rather quiet today, Professor. It's cold. That's it?
He's not here.
Well, well, look who showed up.
You really are a beauty.
Hmm?
Why don't you come have some fun with us?
I don't have time to play with children.
How about you take a look around? There's 3 of us, and only 1 of you. Besides, we were told we could have our way with you.
So be a good girl and we'll make it worth your while.
I've had more than I can stand of these brats. Time to put them to bed.
Wait, do I have to knock them all out? Ambush? But they're right in front of me. How's that even work for ambushing? I thought I'd have to just fight them 4 on 3. Weird. Oh, come on, Lorraine. I can't wait any longer. I suggest you behave like a good little girl. Oh, I like a woman with some height fighting her. What level do I need to be to ambush you?
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Second form, Gale.
Well done, my girl.
Father.
Neither dead nor alive, robbed only of their movement. It takes an experienced hand to perform a feat like that.
Thank you.
Children these days are so simple. A few leaves is all it takes to win someone's obedience. I told them a beautiful woman would be visiting, and that they could take whatever liberties they wanted with her. I'm sure they're dreaming of you as we speak. Oh, don't look so cross, girl. I was only joking.
Enough. I deal with your antics every time we work together.
But you've grown because of it. You're the best in the nest now. I take it you finished the last job, then.
Was that also meant as a joke?
You mean tricking my children into killing each other? I told you, didn't I? I want you to be my successor. Once we finish this job, the throne's all yours.
I don't want it. I came here to kill you. I will find an opening. I must.
Time to get to work. I'll tell you more when we get there. Come find me when you're ready. I'll be waiting on the eastern side of town.
Understood.
I guess fathers are the same everywhere. Always pushing their children to do the impossible. Your father too? When I was a chickadee, we got our hands on this humongous melon. Pops wanted to share it with the neighbors, so he told me to cut it into 8 pieces. He said if any of them was even a seed heavier, it was no good. He gave me an earful when I said it wasn't possible, said we had to be fair, or else the neighbors would be unhappy. I can imagine, people fight over treasure all the time. Maybe sad thinking of people squabbling over something small like that. So I got each of them their own giant melon. Impressive, but wouldn't each melon be a different size? It's still kind of impossible unless you use a measuring cup and chop it up, hollow out the melons and just try to weigh each melon particle equally. And the neighbors were grinning from ear to ear. But I'd used up a bundle of leaves in the process. So we were stuck eating stir-fried veggies for days. In the end, I got myself another earful from Pops. I should have seen that coming.
There you are.
As I expected. No openings, even from behind. But Father is sure to let us guard down sometime. The moment he strikes the killing blow on his target. No matter how skilled the assassin, they haven't a thought to spare on anything else at that moment. That's my opening. That's when I will kill Father. Why have we come here?
To see the Snowhares. They're a thieves' guild that call this town home. They used to be on good terms with the Black Snakes, but they've been encroaching on our territory lately.
Death to traitors.
Precisely. There's one sentry at the entrance. Our job is to infiltrate the hideout and eliminate the leader of the Snowhares. You will take the lead, Throné. I will provide support.
Support? Father and I have worked countless jobs together. But he was always the one to deliver the final blow. We both knew that his dagger wouldn't miss. What is he thinking? Could he have seen through my plan?
What's the matter, Throné? This is no more than a test to see what you're truly capable of.
This is unexpected. Now I have to do the job and wait for another chance. Understood, Father.
Do you remember our first job, Throné?
Why?
I want to know if you've grown used to the smell of blood.
I'll be back.
Hey Throné, why do you kill things you can't eat? I never really thought about it. I did it because it was my job. But now, I do it for freedom. Freedom, is that tasty? I can't say. I do know that captivity isn't, though. I Everyone is bound by something, whether it be parents, superiors, family, or their tribe. The way I see it, we're all wearing collars. Really? Do I have one? No, you don't. Oh, I wanted one too. Consider yourself lucky, Ochette. What business have you here?
Good night. Killing him would be safer. Corpses don't come after you. But I refuse to spill blood unless I must. I hate the way it makes me feel. I wonder when it all began. When did my hands begin to waver?
Please, don't kill me.
Go on, give it a try.
I can't do it.
You're still young and naive, Throné. You're wasting your sympathy. He's the worst sort of scum there is. Come now, Throné. Once you kill him, you'll understand. You'll see how intoxicating the smell of blood can be. Soon enough, you'll want to spread it on your bread like butter.
I'd rather have raspberries.
But of course. Everyone is born with a gift. The gods bestow us all with a job only we can do. It is our fate. Your gift was wielding a dagger, Throné. If you want to live, you must learn to kill. Very good. Just as I expected. How was it, my dear?
The smell of blood. I hate it.
Ever since then, I killed just the way Father taught me. I can't remember how many lives I've taken. My hands are forever tainted with the stench of blood. But soon I will put this life behind me.
Find a Snowhare's boss. Level 16.
You there. Please help me. If you don't, they'll sell me away. I heard a rumor. They say the Snowhares kidnap girls for trade. Please, help me.
Please, help me.
I will help you, but after my job here is done. Sit tight.
Thank you. You're a kind woman.
Now, to find out who's behind all this.
Sigh. Is something wrong? It's not often I hear you sigh. I was just thinking about how very dangerous your journey is. Huh, this is my everyday, detective. I'm beginning to understand where that indomitability of yours comes from. Did he say something? But at the very least, the villains around you look perfectly villainous. It's almost refreshing. Why, thank you. Around me, most villains tend to pose as saints. Of course they do. There's evil everywhere you go in this world. I suppose we think that because villains tend to gather around good people. Huh. You mean to say that I'm a good person? One disguised as a villain, yes. This seems wrong. A woman being held captive by the Snowhares. After her family was killed, she was taken to their hideout to be sold off. She contemplated death in her despair, but found a glimmer of hope after meeting Throné.
Very useful.
We don't seem to have any items I can take. Healing Grape.
Hunt or be hunted!
Very well. Let's have a look.
Ready?
Time to shine! Let's go! Alright!
What to do? Thanks. I take what I want.
Inspiriting Plum. Okay, go down here. Ah, there's a secret part under here. Secret path, and that leads to a chest. Empowering Bracelet. Quartz Dagger. Shadow Soul Stone.
Who are you? And what are you doing here?
I've come to clean up the filth.
That tattoo. You're one of the Black Snakes. I take it you've come to talk about our little territory issue. The Black Snakes have long been our allies, but the Snowhares, we're capricious creatures. The snakes have grown old. They're not as tough as they used to be. The fact that they've sent a weak little girl like you just proves it.
Enough talk. Why not see how weak this little girl is for yourself?
I accept your challenge. I'm through with you and your kin. I've set my sights on stronger allies. The death of the Black Snakes is nigh.
Now to clean up the filth.
Protected.
Here we go!
Ugh.
Sorry, but I need a rocket to hunt up.
My turn.
It stacks the duration, so that's good.
Here.
It's my turn now. There, now I owe you one.
To work. Study elephants.
Augment.
2. Let's go.
Okay, still need to break you somehow. Spirit Sucker.
Time to shine.
Okay. So now Dagger Dance.
There, this is my chance. I owe you one.
My turn.
Just keep donating BP or something.
Here.
I am in your debt. Where was I? I won't back down.
Radiance.
Feel the sacred. That's how it's done.
Your protection is gone. Holy moly.
Cleaning time.
Maybe he didn't need so much protection. Bergomi is only weak to a few things.
I won't hold back. Watch me.
Act twice in a single turn.
What to do?
Now I get another action. I'll use it to donate BP. I can only donate to other people, so I'll just donate to Temenos so we can get a good start.
Here.
I am in your debt.
Let's go.
Okay. Beastly Fangs. While you're weakened.
My cooking. I'm hungry.
I rather have Cassidy around, but I'll take what I can get. Yeah, Cassidy's the BP battery here.
It appears your own end is nigh.
But a merchant can still kind of speed things up slightly anyways.
Please, spare me. I'll do anything you ask. I'll even lick your shoes. And not just the top. I'll lick the bottom too. Yes, gladly.
You disgust me.
No! Please, spare me!
Sorry. Don't take it personally.
Even the most skilled assassin is vulnerable the moment he strikes a killing blow. Isn't that right, Throné?
Father.
Don't worry, you'll live. I didn't hit any vitals. You upheld my teachings well, child. But that won't be enough to kill me.
So you knew.
Of course I did. I'm your father, after all. I can see through all your schemes. You would be dead now had I wanted that.
Help!
Silence her. What did I do wrong, Throné? I cared for you more than any of my other children.
I'm tired of this life. I want to leave the Black Snakes. And to do so, I must kill you.
I see. Oh, Throné, you truly are my daughter. When you're ready, come to Montwise. I'll be waiting for you there. Then we can put an end to all of this.
Father. couldn't even move.
Where's the party members when you need them? Narratively, they're not even around. Oh no, did Father kill her? Or did she run off by herself?
She's gone. I was too late. Father never let his guard down. Not once. I don't know if I can defeat him head-on. But I have to try. Montwise. That's where he'll be. I must go there, if I'm ever to be free.
Throné fails to strike down her mark, and when the snake's game of deception ends, Father emerges as the victor. He reveals he knew Throné's intentions from the start, and so she steels herself for an arduous journey toward freedom. Throné the Thief Chapter 2 Fire's Root End. Hey Throné, will you like to dance with me? It might cheer you up. I'm sorry, but I'm not in the mood for that right now. I see, I guess I'll just have to dance enough for the both of us. 1, 2? 1, 2, 3. Just watching you dance makes me feel better. I think I'll join you. Throné. Okay, let's do another Scent of Commerce.
The emblem drawn on that cart. He can't be. Is that the crest of the legendary merchant Masood? Come to think of it, he was supposed to hail from around these parts. Masood, the merchant who walked the entirety of both the eastern and western continents. Every merchant worth their salt would give a left kidney to read the chronicles he penned of his travels, the mercantile manuscript. To think I'd have the chance to meet him in a place like this. I need to take a gander at that mercantile manuscript.
Wind Soulstone M. It's locked.
Who are you?
Howdy, you're the legendary merchant Masood, ain't you? Oh, there's something I'm dying to ask you.
It's polite to introduce oneself before shouting questions at strangers, you know.
Oh, pardon me. Partitio, at your service. I'm a merchant.
So? What does Partitio the merchant want with a retired old man like me?
Oh, I've heard stories about you ever since I was a chickadee. Like that time you struck a deal with that horde of bandits, or when you saved that little kingdom in the west from famine. Oh yeah, and when you scuffled with the royal family? That story stuck in my old noggin.
I asked you what you wanted with me. A merchant should know how to get to the point.
Yeah, right again. Sorry, got carried away. I'll cut to the chase. Let me read that chronicle you penned, the mercantile manuscript.
No. Now leave.
Huh?
Don't make me repeat myself. I have no obligation nor reason to let a nobody like you anywhere near it.
Nobody? Hey, now listen here, that's hurtful. Besides, even a nobody's got a nobody's pride. And if I may toot my own horn, I've got some merchant chops to my name.
Oh, you do you? Then I'll give you a test. Prove your worth to me, oh nobody of supposed talent.
This is what I'm talking about. You got yourself a deal, fella.
Good. As a merchant, there is one treasure I value above all else. Bring it to me.
Huh?
If you profess to be a merchant, the answer should be obvious. Of course, if you think this test unfair, you could just give...
Interesting. I always stock whatever it is my customer's looking for. That's my merchant's creed. I promise, I'll figure out what your treasure is, fella, and bring it right here to you.
I'd very much like to see you try.
The legendary Masood's treasure, huh? I'll need to start by looking for clues. Maybe someone around town knows a thing or two about it. Time to gather information.
Masood's daughter. Let's coerce information first.
I will get answers.
Daughter of the legendary merchant Masood. She does not resent her father for disregarding both herself and her mother for the sake of his business, but she does not respect him either. She simply resolves to never live the same way he did. I'm not sure this is going to be his greatest treasure.
Very useful.
Doesn't seem like they're on very good terms. My father taught me that we should all treasure ourselves. Okay, lightning falls. Oh man, I'll have to rehire that guy from Cropdale later. Drunk Aristocrat is actually pretty good for when you can isolate those Kate Zips and Octopuffs, since his drunken blade can actually hit multiple times.
Let's work up a nice sweat.
Alright, I'll follow you.
As promised, I brought you your treasure, Masood.
You did you? Show me.
Your greatest treasure is her, your daughter.
This is awkward.
Incorrect. Try again.
What?
It is true that many value their family above any jewel or gem. But that is not the answer that I am seeking for this particular test. Better luck next time.
Tarnation. I was sure I had it.
What is this test that father gave you?
Huh?
What father meant wasn't his treasure in particular, but what a merchant treasures most. The thing you treasure most as a merchant isn't leaves or sundries, right?
A merchant's treasure?
That's all the hints you'll get from me. Good luck.
What do I treasure as a merchant? Like she said, not leaves or sundries, that's for sure. That's it! My greatest treasure is me. In which case, Masood must feel the same way, too. It's worth a shot, anyhow.
Even though I scanned her for the hint earlier, I was not allowed to hire Masood himself until now. Oh, I can scan you now, but you're at 5 stars, so this could be dangerous.
Time for some questioning.
Wait, I broke you before? The heck? Why do you have a staff icon? I don't remember fighting you before. No, maybe I mugged him before as Osvald and his weaknesses stuck. I don't know. What's the famed merchant who traversed both continents? At the time, both of the land and sea routes were yet underdeveloped, so it was no small feat to visit all 8 regions. His efforts earned him the repute of a great merchant, but he lost much in the process.
Very useful.
What's your price? 5,000? Silver Tongue is pretty good. Actually, it's better than... I think it's better than the other... the Aristocrat's version of the talent. Which is a shame, because the Aristocrat is good for multi-hits.
You want to hire me? What is the meaning of this insult, Mr. Nobody?
I've figured out your treasure, fella. It's you, yourself. You asked me to find the treasure you value most as a merchant. I figure every merchant's got one treasure they set store by above all else. Connections they've built, book learning and experience. All these things are far more valuable than any material object, leaves included. Or am I wrong?
Correct. I'm surprised you got it.
Of course I did. My greatest treasure's the same as yours, after all. Besides, your daughter gave me a friendly push in the right direction. If I couldn't find the answer after all that, I'd have no right to call myself a merchant.
I am honestly astonished that there are still merchants in this world who know how to see to the heart of matters. There have been dozens like you who have come here seeking my mercantile manuscript. Every one of them failed this test and went home empty-handed. I started to think the world had gone dull since I retired. Here, take it.
What's this?
The key to the archive in which I placed my mercantile manuscript. Read to your heart's content.
Yippee! You sure it's all right?
I've grown old. I don't have much time left. When I pass, so too will my greatest treasure, correct? So I might as well pass on a part of that treasure to you, Partitio the merchant. The sum treasure of those who came before you.
You got it, fella. Thank you.
Mercantile Manuscript Archive Key. Now peruse the Mercantile Manuscript in the archives. Records are full of information documented by Masood. Never know what knowledge you may glean about items, equipment, and more. What? The heck? Why do I have to redo that? And also I have to rehire you? Dude. Gotta re-steal everything as well. What kind of information do they give? Demi-humans. Demi-humans are creatures that resemble humans yet are entirely different beasts. There are 8 major types currently known. The verminous ratkin, the reptilian lizardmen, the avian birdians, the amphibian frogans, the simian apes, the subterranean moles, the feline kate, and the cephalopodon octopups. Demi-humans have displayed a propensity for much higher levels of intelligence than monsters and are known to employ tools to some extent in their daily lives. And yet to this day their origins remain shrouded in mystery. According to histories, they simply appeared one day as if by magic throughout the world. What about beastlings? Kate. Kates are a skittish race, the most timid of all the demi-humans. According to myth, there was once a great war fought between humanity and the demi-humans. The conflict was long and bloody, but in the end, humanity emerged victor. For wisdom or foresight, the Kate alone sided with mankind during the strife. This alliance won them a place within human society. Unfortunately, the clever and cunning nature of the Kate soon earned them the ire of their neighbors. Before long, they found themselves ostracized and cast out. Labeled as traitors by demi-human and human societies, the Kate withdrew from both to pursue isolated lives hidden away from all who might do them harm. Small, beloved, delicious catnip seems to be the only thing that can draw them out of the hidden places they call their homes. Puffs. Octopuffs are the most independent of all the demi-humans, and are the only ones that chose not to participate in the mythological war between humanity and demi-humans. They are known to prefer travel to battle, and it's said that they only stop their wanderings when their time on this earth is over. There are many superstitions surrounding the octopuff. Their passion for travel and idealistic search for paradise has led some to believe they are symbols of good fortune. There are even rumors that only those pure of heart can encounter them. Of course, adults who have long ago lost the innocence of childhood can still employ cunning to improve their odds of encountering these rare creatures. Octopuffs favor small, dark spaces, and so the shrewd use octopuff pots to draw them out. Rules of the demi-humans. All demi-humans possess a certain modicum of intelligence. For example, the Reichen are known to steal and employ human weaponry and clothing, and Birdians possess the ability to craft primitive stone axes. And yet, a burning question remains unanswered. Who fabricated the crowns and other ornaments that demi-human leaders are often seen wearing? As far as we know, the demi-humans do not possess the technology or art to craft such intricate accessories. More curious yet, both the make and material of these ornaments are clearly not of human design. So where do they come from? Where, for that matter, do the demi-humans themselves come from? This is merely a theory without any evidence to support it, but perhaps these strange creatures hail from another world entirely. Great Wall in Myth and Legend. Guarding the town of Stormhill in the Winterlands is the Great Wall, a colossal construction that has long kept the town safe from external threats. The local legend states that this massive fortification was raised in a single night by the gods themselves. Sturdy and strong, yet intricate in its design, it is clear that this wall is indeed a feat of engineering beyond what modern civilization is capable of. The legend of this wall continues west. The Great Wall is merely one small segment of some greater fortress, and the central citadel itself lies deep underground. Many archaeologists have spent years attempting to uncover this hidden redoubt to no avail. More curious is the event that occurred some 820 years ago. Enormous cavities suddenly appear in the Great Wall, though none know who created it or how. They are given the name of the Pip Dark Quest. It was the catalyst for a conflict between the fallen kingdoms of Vijal and Delstock. The struggle would later be known as the War of the Great Wall. Gate to the Neverworld. The Gate of Finis? The poet Kaye penned this passage some 100 years ago. On an island lost in the sea split twain, lies a portal to an alien plane. Beware, be warned, ye fools who approach, for none should draw near, this gate uncroach. When Kaye first published this passage, it was assumed this land was a mere figment, the product of a poet's overactive imagination. However, in recent years, Kaye's less known history as an adventurer had come to light, and scholars had begun to debate whether his poems were not fantasy, but in fact the annals of his travels. Warning for you who reads this entry. Though the existence of a portal to alien planes seems preposterous, we must remember that what seemed impossible yesterday becomes common sense tomorrow. Stare at what you don't understand at your own peril, for one day you may find yourself on the wrong side of the truth. Weaponsmithing. There exist only 6 primary weapon categories: swords, polearms, daggers, axes, bows, and staves. Actually, this is not an accurate statement. By the rules of the Blacksmith Guild, the manufacture of weapons outside these 6 categories is strictly forbidden, so no guns. Why limit the scope of human imagination? Religion, of course. The 6 weapon types are those wielded by the gods, and they will tolerate no other, or at least that's a lie disguising the greedy truth. The fact is, it's much easier to monopolize the materials and techniques for arms production if you can limit what can be made. Or so Little Bird told me anyway. However true, this prohibition has resulted in very few wielders of whips, flails, and so on. But Mother from the Blacksmith Snake uses whips. Enchanted and magical weapons. Among the many weapons one may find in this world, some are imbued with magical properties. These enchanted weapons are both rare and powerful. There are 2 primary means of crafting an enchanted weapon. The first sounds simple in principle, but is in fact quite difficult to achieve. Few craftsmen possess the necessary skills. Simply put, magic must be carefully folded into the weapon during the forging process. The second method is much rarer and harder to replicate. These enchanted weapons gain their power naturally, their magic imbued over many years of use by a gifted wielder. Very few of these have been documented, and it is thought that only those with incredibly powerful wills can make these miraculous weapons spring into being. Ornamentation. What is ornamentation? Literally interpreted, it refers to ornaments worn for fashion, like a big, floppy, garish hat. The assumption is a common one, but is in fact erroneous. Truth of the matter is that true ornamentation refers only to special jewels crafted by dedicated sacred craftsmen. Only a handful of leaders are permitted to wear these ornamentations, partly because many of them are imbued with unique magical properties. One examples would be an amulet that protects against offensive magic, or a necklace that greatly increases the abilities of its wearers. Unfortunately, the knowledge and techniques needed to craft these potent relics are slowly being lost, and the rarity is only bound to increase as the sands of time continue to fall. Battle-tested ornaments. The victor goes to spoils, a long-standing tradition adhered to by those who live by the sword. Stronger take from the strong, until at last the day comes when the ultimate warrior and ultimate weapon are united. When a weapon has triumphed over countless foes, remaining undefeated in the hands of a skilled wielder, it becomes known as what is known as a battle-tested armament. Nowhere is it written that these armaments must be a masterwork weapon crafted by a renowned smith, though these weapons are forged in the fires of battle. As they taste the blood of innumerable mighty warriors, they awaken to a greater power that dwarfs that of their humble origins. But only the strongest NPCs carry it. Divine weapons and arms masters. Times of yore, the gods entrusted humanity with 6 divine weapons so they could protect themselves from evil. The Conqueror's Sword, the Warlord's Spear, the Dancer's Blade, the Lionheart's Axe, the Hunter's Bow, and the Spirit Lord's Staff. It said that each of these weapons houses incredible power, and that those who can unlock it will earn themselves the title of Arms Master. And yet the divine weapons were too mighty for humankind. Driven by greed and ambition, the Arms Masters soon began to quarrel amongst themselves. One by one, these artifacts were lost, and with them the skills and knowledge needed to wield them. So there are some who remember. Among these learned few, it's thought that the rightful heirs to the secrets of these weapons still reside in this land, passing their knowledge down through generations of chosen successors. Of course, it is more likely than not just an empty fantasy. Even healing items. Grapes, delicious grapes. They heal the body while the tart juices of the plum revitalize the spirit. These 2 restorative fruits are ubiquitous throughout the world. Yet there is a darker side to these innocuous-seeming treats. According to some myths, their cultivation was forbidden to man by the gods themselves. There are many tales why, but 2 stand out above all else. First, a devilish liquid called liquor can be easily made from their juices, and the gods do not look with favor on those who drown themselves in drink. The second most widespread story says that they were prohibited because of how easily they could be turned to use as tools of war. Whichever of these myths may be true, it seems that humanity has broken a sacred promise with the divine. Seriously? The lychee, a succulent fruit from the outer continent that activates the latent power of an individual. Though its beneficial effects are well documented, it is equally well known for the difficulty of its cultivation. Many talented farmers and merchants have tried their hand at raising crops of lychee over the years, but none of their efforts have borne fruit. Meanwhile, a baseless rumor has long made rounds in the cultivation community. According to some, the lychee must drink the blood of humans to produce its yield. This sinister story has been the cause of many tragedies, as unscrupulous fools seek to write their fortune in their victims' blood. Because of this, the lychee has earned itself an unpalatable appellation, the vampire fruit. Is that why getting hurt in battle increases the latent power gauge? Nut cultivation. Permanent stat boost. Nuts, nuts, nuts. The fruit of certain trees, with a hard shell concealing nutrient-rich meat and seed within. Nuts are enjoyed the world round as foodstuffs. However, not all nuts are created equal. Those harvested from some wild trees have powerful effects that are proven to enhance a human's abilities. Scholars have classified these as rare nuts, and have poured blood, sweat, and tears into cracking the secrets of cultivating these precious products. Yet little progress has been made. It seems the moment cultivation is attempted, the nuts lose their special properties. The mystery remains unsolved, and so these nuts remain a highly sought-after and prized commodity. I see, you're trying to explain why certain consumables are scarcer than others. Concoction. Concoction is the process by which 2 or more materials are mixed together to craft medicine. Legend states that it was Doter the Charitable who bestowed this holy art upon humanity, yet the truth is more impressive by far. Generations of healers have, through trial and error, discerned the medicinal effects of plants, seeds, stones, and more. They mixed, brewed, and ultimately tested their concoctions upon themselves, a testament to humanity's bravery and sacrifice in its pursuit of knowledge. Concoction, however, is not simply knowledge of ingredients' properties. No, a skilled apothecary must know how to judge a patient's symptoms and measure the correct amounts to treat their ills. As such, any apothecary is able to simultaneously mix 3 ingredients is a master of their craft, and he who can mix 4 can be considered a genius. Though it is not impossible to mix more in this number, this monumental feat is almost unheard of. Okay. Soul Stone. Soul Stones are items which, when subjected to a significant amount enough physical shock, can unleash effects equivalent to certain spells. The exact process by which this occurs remains a mystery. It has long been hypothesized that they are stones that have been imbued with the power of spirits. Recent studies, however, have given rise to a new theory that has been gaining traction among the learned. According to this theory, soul stones are the crystallized remains of a magically potent monster's corpse. If this theory is true, it may become possible for us to artificially mass-produce mighty soul stones in the not-too-distant future. The question then becomes, to what use will we put this power once it is in our hands? Though I'm excited by the possibilities, I also find myself terrified of them in equal measure. Herbs and their uses. There are many afflictions which plague a patient, each requires a very specific herbal remedy. Confusingly enough, the herb is used to treat all the standard gamut of ailments is the same, herbweed. This useful herb's effects can vary greatly, depending on how it is prepared. Taken in one sense, it shows how precious this medicinal plant is. Taken in another, it shows just how simple the human body's makeup can be. As a side note, herbweed can be used to add a bit of zest to cuisine. How grand! Not only can it speed up someone along the road recovery, it can speed up to the dinner table as well. Origin of bottling. In the arid desert of Hino-Uma, having a good water bottle can mean the difference between life and death. To better store and preserve every last drop of precious liquid, the people poured much effort into perfecting the art of bottle crafting. Among the many types of bottles, those crafted by the small Rakon clan are the finest. Manufactured through secret methods, they are unmatched in their lightweight construction and durable frames. Unfortunately for the Recon clan, their monopolization of these secrets earned them the ire and jealousy of other clans, eventually sparking a bloody conflict. Nevertheless, what the Recon clan lacked in military strength, they made up for in brutal cunning. Their victory became assured after they hit upon the idea of filling their bottles with poison and flinging it at their enemies. It was thus that the defensive martial art known as bottling was known. Beastling foodways. Beastlings are tenacious hunters, known to stalk their quarries for days on end. Their vocation requires not just skills at tracking and felling beasts, though, but preserving the meat of their prey as well. The earliest developed methods of preservation were simple. Salting and drying are easy and effective. Eventually, however, tired of the same old fare, there were those who sought tastier techniques. Lava steaming, saltwater tenderization, water underground fermentation, all these and more were passed down among the beastlings. Over the centuries, this led to the development of unique culinary cultures. Nowadays, in the kitchens of New Delsa's most fashionable bistros, famed chefs find inspiration in the beastlings' innovative methods. Herbweed, a miraculous plant required to craft every variety of healing herb. Its discovery revolutionized medicine and has saved innumerable lives, earning it the epithet, the plant of the gods. Unfortunately, herbweed is notoriously difficult to cultivate and only grows natively in a few limited regions. Because of this, as the apothecary art advanced, so too did the value of and rarity of this irreplaceable ingredient. Eventually, this caused its price to spiral out of control. To curb this growing problem, various lands put ministers or lords in charge of overseeing herbweed production and trade. Soon, the price of each precious leaf was fixed. The stability eventually led merchants, commoners, and nobles alike to begin using leaves in place of other currencies. Disputable though this is, it is widely believed that the origin of leaf as a common parlance for currency originates from this time. History of Hino-Uma. Southwest Solistia, where the desert sands stretch as far as the eye can see, yet hidden among the barren dunes is an oasis, a strip of semi-arid terrain running north and south along the riverlands. Here the soil is fertile, and barley and corn can be grown in relative abundance. Countless wars have been waged over the water and resources of this region, and not a few kingdoms have risen and fallen in this place over the centuries. It's also here that the legends of priestess Hinoe Kagura, the conjurer goddess, have survived and been passed down. It is these tales that lend this land its name, Hino-Uma. In the eye of the desert sits Sai, a fortress city once known as the Roshi Bastion. Once held by the forces of Yu, it was taken by Ku 2 decades ago. Northwest of this can be found Ryu, a well-known traveler's stop where information from all across the world eventually sells. One might be surprised that so many blisteringly short names like Ku and Yu are common to the desert regions. Locals say a propensity for brevity is because the longer a mouth flaps, the more sand finds its way in. But the truth of the matter is unknown. Wildlands. Northwest Solistia is a barren wasteland, a blasted expanse of volcanic rock that resists even the loneliest blade of grass. The few brave souls who eke out their existence here have long suffered the sulfuric whims of Fyatsuro and its unstable neighbors. And yet life always finds a way. Among those rock and stone dwell the Gold, an unusually large breed of goat who subsists on a meager fare of local wheat. Unlike our goats, they exceed bovines in their capacity for producing milk, grow fleece more suitable for cloths and sheep, and even produce extraordinarily flavorful meat as well. In all matters of livestock, they outstrip the competition, and so have become known as the jewels of the wastelands. The cheese produced from our milk is especially scrumptious and has become a local specialty. As a final note, this volcanic soil conceals a wealth of valuable minerals. Many small mining towns have sprung up here, including the southern town of Orsrush, established by silver merchants Pap and Rock. Leaflands. Western Solistia is home to the small lakeside kingdom of Timberrain. Surrounded by the great sweeps of verdant forest, this land is rich in natural resources. Thick woodland loam provides a fertile ground for agriculture, and the seemingly inexhaustible supply of trees fuels industries such as lumber and paper manufacturing. The small village of Cropdale is famous for its raspberries and peaches, and its fruit pies are widely known to be especially scrumptious. That being said, this rural settlement has an abundance of peach-centric cuisine: peach jam, peach juice, peach salad, peach soup, sauteed peach, fried peach, peach pilaf, steamed peach, to name just a few. Some might say Cropdale has an overabundance of peach dishes, but that's simply because the locals just can't decide on a favorite. In the south of this area, one can find the town of Wallgrove, though it has grown wealthy through a brisk trade with the resource-poor desert regions for itself. The disparity in wealth this has created is a seed for ceaseless conflict and turmoil along the border. Harborlands. Southern Solistia is home to the long tracts of twisting coastline, along which one can find the bustling port of Canalbrine. During the age of exploration, roughly 100 years ago, ships launched from this town's piers and would discover the sea routes that led to the eastern continent. Canalbrine's symbol is its colossal lighthouse, which guides ships from all corners of the world safely into its harbor. Erected roughly 20 years ago by a cadre of engineers who fled the destruction of the U, it boasts a unique design. Special ore is polished to a mirror sheen and fashioned into a reflector plate, and the light it emits can supposedly be seen all the way in New Delsta. Today, Canalbrine's church is an important launching point for proselytizers and evangelists who come from the eastern continent to spread the teachings of the sacred flame. Southeastern Solistia is dominated by an ocean dotted by countless islands of all shapes and sizes. The largest of these is Todohaha, which was first encountered by continental pioneers 20 years ago. In its western reaches reside the beastlings, petite people with fluffy tails. On the east of Todohaha lies the town of Tropu Hopu, which was established by the first continental pioneers to settle on the island. The harbor town's proximity to New Delsa caused it to be developed as a resort for the wealthy. In addition, it produces many luxury goods, such as delicious coffee beans, and also serves as an important stop along the trade routes between eastern and western continents. Since ancient times, the beastlings have long referred to the northern of the two islands as Ha-Ha and the southern as Toto. However, ever since the local festival celebrating the bonds of the family and the prosperity of the entire beastling race was established, the names of both islands have been combined in one, Todohaha. Brightland. Eastern Solistia is an urban region home to the continent's largest city. Blessed by warm sunshine and a pleasant climate, it soon became known as the Brightlands. Agricultural abundance caused the region to flourish, and people flocked here in droves. Wealth soon followed, and development soon after. Before long, buildings like theaters and game parlors were erected to entertain ever-growing crowds, and now the light of civilization shines as bright here as the sun does overhead. At the center of all this lies the Brightlands being heart, New Delsta. Established approximately 50 years ago by immigrants from the former kingdom of Delstok, the people gave this new home a name that honored their old. Finally, in the east of these lands can be found Clockbank, an industrial center that has prospered ever since the age of prosperity. History of Crestlands. Northeast Solistia, a land of mountains and hills. Perched high atop one stony peak rises Alfred Cathedral, the center of the sacred flame faith. Adherents of this region's tenets have worshipped the sacred flame that the cathedral houses since time immemorial. An ancient record dated 1500 years ago makes mention of the sacred flame's veneration continuing since the mystic days of the past. Even through the bitterly cold winter a century previous, the flame continued to warm the hearts and souls of all who visited. Both name and spirit, the sacred flame and its church are the divine lords of this land. At the base of the cathedral lies a small town of Flame Church. Though its population is small, the townsfolk make a good living providing for the crowds of pilgrims who travel here to visit the cathedral. Winterlands. Northern Solistia is a frozen place of snow and ice. Its capital is Stormhail, a mountainous city that houses the Sacred Guard. Established about roughly 380 years ago, the Sacred Guard was the brainchild of Archbishop Kinchler. After a cold snap that assailed the eastern continent in the previous century, the order established its headquarters here. This day, the Holy Organization's mission remains unchanged, to uphold law and order across the continent. Instead, Stormhail owes existence to its guardian Glossus, residing on the sacred peak Altahe. It's a spot that Glossus put an end to the cold snap that nearly spelled doom for all who lived there. Travel towards the coast and you'll find the fishing town of Cape Cold. Great hauls of salmon, trout, and mackerel, squid, and more are brought in almost daily. In addition, many who dwell here work in agriculture or textiles, and lately a hardy species of cold-resistant barley has caused quite a stir. Outer Continent. The farthest edges of the four corners of the Solistia are detailed on no maps. Called the Outer Continent, the reasons why these vast stretches remain unexplored are many. Impassably high mountains and deadly currents, to name a few. Of course, in my opinion, it's less a difficulty the task and more the indolence that has left these areas uncharted. Think about it for a moment. Who is at war with some unnamed kingdom or kingdoms to its south? Immigrants from some unknown eastern locale walk the streets of New Delsta. Fruit from the west and textiles from the north are smuggled into our lands with abandon. The unknown is a place of magical appeal to me. What sights are there to be seen across the horizon? What strange music? What surprising smells? What fascinating spices and cuisine to tempt the taste buds? All of these draw my curiosity, but more than that, all offer unimaginable opportunities for a merchant with business savvy and a healthy wanderlust. Other leaders of our lands move quickly to pen maps of these mysterious lands in the Outer Continent. The Outer Continent, a poor name for a universe of possibility. We are prisoners in a tiny cave called Solistia, satisfied by shadows cast by a light that streams in from outside the walls which confine us. I wonder if it's Orstera? Thanks for tuning into this Let's Play of Octopath Traveler 2. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.